Welcome to the Whirlpool preview brought to you by the Hong Kong Jockey Club, Bet with the World. I'm your host, Liam McCallion, joined by punters expert James Lamb. How are you, Lammy?
Very well. Looking forward to a big weekend of racing. Obviously, we got Friday night. There's group racing in Australia,
Absolutely.
and then obviously Saturday we've got the Kiwi meeting, and then Sunday Sha Tin. So it's a huge few days for racing fans all around the world.
Absolutely. We've got a huge slate of racing across the weekend. This weekend, the Whirlpool races will start in the UAE, the Al Maktoum Challenge Day. That'll be races 4 to 7. Then we head over to New Zealand on Saturday for the Railway Stakes Day, races 1 to 6. And then finish off with Hong Kong on the Sunday, the Centenary Sprint Cup and the Stewards Cup, races 6 and 8 at Sha Tin. Let's get straight into it without mucking around. The first one up is at Sha Tin in Hong Kong, race 6, the Centenary Sprint Cup. We've obviously got the great Ka Ying Rising, looking to equal Silent Witness's record of 17 consecutive victories, Lemmy.
Yep, and you'd have to think he'll do that quite comfortably.
Yes.
Best sprinter in the world. Taking on the usual suspects, it's basically the same horses that he has thrashed over the same route at his last two starts. Obviously not going to be much of a betting proposition, but it's another chance for racing fans to see him strut his stuff as he chases more history, as you mentioned off the top there. But look, if you are keen to have a bet in the race, there'll be plenty of money in the exotic pools. So for the Quinella, I think Fast Network is probably your horse there. Maps for a pretty economical run from barrier 2. J-Mac in the saddle was second to Ka Ying Rising 2 back and then third to him last start. Just racing at a really consistent level, but keeps bumping into an absolute superstar. So, no, he's racing well. And the other horses you'd maybe throw in for your trifecta would be Helios Express and Raging Blizzard. The latter actually beat home Fast Network last start, but there really isn't much between them at all. But yeah, they do look the three horses to battle it out for second and third behind the champ.
No, I really like that. Yeah, definitely look at your Quinellas and trifectas across Sha Tin. All right, next race is also at Sha Tin, Hong Kong. Race 8, the Stewards Cup. Bit of a Romantic Warrior versus Voyage Bubble battle here, but are we leaning towards a Romantic Warrior, Lammy?
It certainly does look a two-horse war between these. So Voyage Bubble's going for 3 Stewards Cups in a row. No horse has ever achieved that feat.
Okay.
This is absolutely his pet trip, 1600, whereas Romantic Warrior is more effective over 2,000 metres. The pair have clashed 3 times, though, and the scoreline reads 3 for Romantic Warrior and 0 for Voyage Bubble. So one of those was over the mile. That was when Romantic Warrior won in Japan in June 2024. Voyage Bubble was well below his best that day, though, so maybe forgive that effort. Yep. But that was actually the last time Romantic Warrior raced over a mile, which is the main query with him here. He's coming back from 2000, where he's been so dominant for such a long time. Interestingly, both horses have drawn right alongside each other in barriers 6 and 7. So J-Mac will be able to keep a very close eye on Zach Purton straight out of the gates. Yep. I can't go past the champ, Romantic Warrior. I think he's the horse to beat once again. And it will be yet another Group 1 for James McDonald. But at least this race, it'll be a better betting race than Ka Ying Rising, and should be an excellent spectacle. But again, mentioning the Quinellas and trifectas, because we'll have some mega pools again.
Absolutely,
I think those two should run 1-2, but there's not much meat on the bone there in terms of the Quinella. But if you're playing the trifecta, I'd say Red Line and My Wish look the 2 that can fill third placing there for trifecta punters. They won't have to do much work in the run from inside gates. And Red Line's most recent run was his best for quite some time, so looks to be hitting form at the right time. But yeah, it does look Romantic Warrior's race to lose, but Voyage Bubble will give him one hell of a race.
No, that'd be really, really good to watch there. All right, that's Sha Tin in Hong Kong covered. Let's get over to the New Zealand race in Ellerslie. Race 6 is the Railway Stakes. Always a really good race. Bit more of an open race here, Lammy, than the last two.
It is, and a real Australian flavour to this race.
Ooh,
We've got Arkansas Kid going over there, as well as Jigsaw, who's racing in a really rich vein of form at the moment. And Espionage used to race in Australia, but it's been transferred to New Zealand. And then you've also got Aussie jockeys Logan Bates, Ben Thompson, Damien Lane, and Craig Williams all heading over to race at this meeting. So, yeah, plenty of Australian influence there. I'm actually going with Craig Williams' ride, Alabama Lass, in this race. Brilliant record in New Zealand. Won 6 from 9. Came to Australia for 2 runs early in the spring last year. Ran second in the Moya Stakes behind Barraquil at Group 1 level. And then pulled up with issues after dropping out in the Manikato. So clear forgive run that night. I think she can bounce back on her home turf. Really nice barrier. Willow should give her every chance. But I think there's a good roughie in this race.
Really? There you go.
Yeah, Platinum Attack. Started close to favourite in a Group 1 last start, but went right back from barrier 16. Never really in the race from there, but form prior was really good. Craig Grills is an excellent rider in New Zealand. I think he'll have Platinum Attack a lot closer in the run from barrier 7. Can definitely be a sharp improver. So plenty of respect for Platinum Attack, but main bet in the race, Alabama Lass, and a little saver at Platinum Attack. I'm assuming we'll get double figure odds on the day.
Yeah, very good. Very good there. All right, that's it for the Whirlpool preview. Make sure you hit the subscribe button, follow Punters' socials, and remember to bet responsibly. Thank you very much, Lammy.
Thank you for having me.
And finally, thank you to the Hong Kong Jockey Club. Bet with the world with the Whirlpool.
What's gambling really costing you? For free and confidential support, call the number on the screen or visit the website.